Accountability Minnesota is an organization that has been offering tax and financial services to people in need. With me today is Tracy Fishman. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity.
Now, Tracy, give us an overview of Accountability Minnesota, their history, and then how the accountants form the group. And then also, can you give me what your title is and a little bit about what you do with the organization?
Sure, absolutely. Accountability Minnesota has been around for decades. We started in the early 1970s, initially formed by a group of socially justice-minded accountants who really saw that there was a need to provide free tax assistance, sort of modeled after the legal assistance organizations, finding that there really wasn't a similar kind of organization to provide free tax assistance to low and moderate income individuals and families. So the organization formed in that way, thinking that we just want to make sure that income should not be a barrier to one's ability to get their taxes done and to file their taxes. So the organization formed in the early 1970s, and then the Earned Income Tax Credit came into existence in the 1980s and really grew. The Earned Income Tax Credit is a tax credit that is available to low and moderate income families and is an incredible way to boost one's income, because that if you are working and you're eligible, you can get anywhere between $1,000 back to boost your income to anywhere up to $5,000, even $6,000 back between the Earned Income Tax Credit and other tax credits. So with that, it really became more popular, and the demand for our services really grew over the years. So Earned Income Tax Credit is a hook to get people in the door. At this point, fast forward to 2010, we are now directly serving about 11,000 individuals with free tax assistance throughout the greater Twin Cities area. And then we also provide technical assistance to other organizations throughout greater Minnesota, so they in turn can provide similar services in their communities. In total, we and our partners serve nearly 20,000 people with tax assistance. Just to give you a sense of what this means in tax refunds, we brought back about $22 million in tax refunds in the metro area, and you can imagine that that goes into people's pockets. Ideally, they'll use some of that money to save, and then a lot of that money is used just to meet basic needs, to pay for groceries, to pay bills, to pay rent or mortgage. So that money is going back into local economies.
Wonderful.
And so it really is a significant impact both on individual families and on local economies. And then finally, really over the course of the last 6 years, recognizing that it is expensive to be poor, and low-income people are often targeted. They are using fringe financial services a lot of the time, so they're paying money just to access their own money. They're going to check cashers and unbanked kinds of places. They're not banked. So a lot of our customers fit that profile of underserved populations who don't have relationships with mainstream financial institutions. So we have started a financial services program where we can facilitate access to free savings accounts for people who don't have access. They can open up a savings account, and then they can directly deposit their refunds so that they don't have to take a check and then just go pay money to get their check cashed. So it puts that money into an account. We provide basic financial education, counseling around one's credit report, and then we also work with financial planning volunteers so that people who want to just have a basic session with a financial planner to get basic education and counseling about how to budget, how to make good decisions with their money, and how to think about saving, even if it's $5, $10 a week or a month, how to begin on that path towards or continue on that path towards savings and asset development.
Right. Okay.
So
Wonderful.
That's the kind of a long-winded answer to the full range of services that we provide: tax assistance, financial services, and technical assistance.
Now, what do you do within the organization? What's your role?
Yes, I am the executive director,
Okay.
and so I am not the technical person. In fact, I am not the greatest person to ask if you have very technical questions about taxes, but instead, I really am responsible for setting strategic direction for the organization, doing board development with our board of directors, and of course ensuring both the fiscal and financial solvency and health of the organization.
Okay.
And so I work with a great team of staff that is very skilled and competent, that's been working, many of them who run our tax program have been doing this work for years. We have a trained workforce this year. We are training about 500 volunteers. we have volunteer tax preparers who go through about 15 hours of training, and then they have to pass an IRS certification exam to do tax preparation. So every single person who comes in the door to get their taxes done is going to see somebody who is skilled, who is trained, and then every single tax file is put through a review process. So we also have volunteer reviewers who have been volunteering with us, for years.
Okay. Well, I was on your website, and one of the captions on your website stated, your work is rooted in economic justice. Can you address the idea of economic justice
Absolutely.
and how it fits into the context of what you're saying
Absolutely.
on the website?
You know, fundamentally at the root of what we do, number one, we believe that income shouldn't be a barrier to access services, and that people who are eligible for our services, which I'll talk about in a bit, should not have to pay to get their services. But moreover, that every single penny that they have earned should stay with them, and that they should not have to pay money just to get the refunds that they are due. So that, at the sort of most basic level, I believe is a piece of economic justice. But moreover, we know that the Earned Income Tax Credit is considered to be one of this nation's largest anti-poverty programs. It lifts about 6.6 million people out of poverty every year in this country. And so it also is a really significant anti-poverty program, because we do all we can to spread the word about tax credits that people are due and make sure that they're accessing all of the tax credits to boost their incomes. But more than that, we really believe that we have a responsibility to protect the people that we serve against predatory practices. So also, as part of our work, when we facilitate access to free savings accounts, we make sure that the services and products that they receive are not predatory, that they in fact don't have to pay money just to open up a savings account. And we do a lot of education so that we are empowering people so that they can make informed, knowledgeable decisions about how they spend their money, what they do with their money, and ultimately how they negotiate the financial mainstream.
Now, do you do that with tax preparation, or do you actually have some classes that you provide?
So when people come in to get their taxes done, at this point we are just offering basic financial education at the time that they come in.
Okay.
And so when they come in and they go and they do their paperwork, then they have a period of time where they wait. So there's usually a window of a couple of hours where we can be talking to them about this information, and we can providing other kinds of services. In addition to, so someone comes in, they get their taxes prepared, we offer opportunities for people who don't have bank accounts to open up a savings account, and then we also offer them the opportunity to get their credit report, and then we can actually talk to them about how to read it, how to understand it, and then think about ways of improving their credit.
Okay.
So we'll talk about, sort of some basic tools for credit repair with them at that time. And then some of the other services that we offer are as follows. We partner with the Children's Defense Fund of Minnesota. They have a tool called the Bridge to Benefits. Bridge to Benefits is a screening tool that tells people if they are eligible for an array of public benefits. So food support, energy assistance, medical support. There are 9 benefits that we screen people for. So they can also they might choose that they want to be screened for these benefits, and then we can talk to them about how to enroll in those benefits that they're eligible for.
Okay. Now, what are the income guidelines?
To be eligible to get services from us, an individual cannot make more than $30,000 a year. Families can't make more than $50,000 a year. And then one other piece that I didn't yet mention is we serve self-employed people. And so if you're a sole proprietor, self-employed, you can't make more than $50,000 to get services from us.
Okay. Have there ever been times where the need is so great that you can't service everybody?
We have been fortunate over the course of the last 3 to 5 years. We align our marketing and our advertising, keeping in mind that we need to be mindful of what our capacity is. We have really made sure that we have the financial resources. We have been very successful in our volunteer recruitment. So last year we served, as I said, about 11,000 people, and we had more volunteers last year than we had ever seen before. And this year, we are now over 100 more volunteers this year than we were last year. We offer taxes at 13 different sites throughout the metro area.
Okay.
So every year, we're based on our prior year and past experiences, we're always looking to expand access in communities that are underserved. So the 13 sites where we provide services are communities in need, and at this point, we've been able to meet the need.
Okay, so well, there's a lot of deductions that people miss, and we have a lot of self-employed people here. Can
Sure.
you give us some examples kind of things that they do every day that they may miss, or a deduction that they may be able to take?
Sure, sure. You know, for people who are self-employed, it is really important to keep track of your expenses. And while it is not completely a science, it is a fairly broad array of the kinds of things that might count as business related. So for example, if you're looking to do professional development or you want to take a class that is really designed to build your skill in your area and to really expand your capacity to do your job, those are absolutely things that would be considered relevant for your business.
Okay. How about volunteers? You did talk about volunteers. You look for volunteers. What do you look for in a volunteer?
So the first important thing to know is that you do not have to be an accountant. We certainly have some accountants who volunteer with us, but we also know this is their busy season too. We have a lot of people who have an interest in and some basic financial experience, and ideally they will have at least prepared their own taxes at some point, so they're familiar with how taxes work, and have just a comfort level with numbers and with finances. So
Okay.
we have people at financial institutions, other corporations. We have students, accounting students, tax law students, business students. So
Wonderful.
it really, a lot of people volunteer with us in terms of diversity and breadth of experiences.
Okay. Why don't you give us your contact information, where you're located, website, phone number, and how people
Absolutely.
can find out where they're the location that's nearest to them.
Well, if you have access to a website, you can go online and it lists all of our 13 sites and will tell you the nearest location if you plug in a zip code. The website is www.accountabilitymn, all one word, .org.
Okay.
Again, that's www.accountabilitymn.org. And our phone number is 651-287-0187.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you for coming today. I really enjoyed talking to you.
Thank you. I really appreciate the opportunity.